Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Spill Sports. Today, we'll be talking about the Super Bowl, coaching, fairness. But later, we'll be talking about the NBA, the Warriors win streak, the 49er changes, and waves around the league.
What's going on? Thank you so much, B. I appreciate you, man. How everybody doing today? What's up, Skrill? What you up to?
Oh, man, I'm just chilling, man. What it do, man?
Oh, man, that cash out loose, man.
At 567 screen there.
Yes, indeed. So, what we gonna talk about today is the Super Bowl, man. First of all, I want to thank all my 49er faithfuls and my Bang Bang Niner gang, man, for showing up in LA like we did out there in LA, man. Mm-hmm. It didn't come to what it was supposed to come to out there in LA, but man, it would have been a beautiful, beautiful thing for us. And LA, if we would have walked away with that, man, I would have had me some nice seats out there too, man. I hooked up with a few people that shout out to my Diego homies and my homie from the east side, man. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't come to what we were supposed to come to. Bang bang. I want to congratulate the Rams, man, for the NFC champions, man. Congratulations to the Rams, man. Congratulations to the Cincinnati Bengals. I didn't really see it coming. Did you see that coming, Skrill?
Nah, I didn't see that one coming. You know what I'm saying? I thought we had it, but, things happen. You know what I'm saying? You drop an interception.
Oh, you talking about the Niners. I'm talking about Cincinnati. I'm talking about Cincinnati beating Kansas City, yeah.
Cincy, now I kind of think about it, what they went through just to get here, man, I ain't surprised. I ain't surprised at all.
Yeah, I didn't see neither of those happen. So I definitely thought it was going to be a Niner KC Super Bowl. And
I didn't think KC. I wasn't. I was surprised KC got as far as they did. Be honest, you know what I'm saying. But
are you talking about because of that 13 seconds? Or are you talking about why were you saying?
Well, with that Buffalo game, you know what I'm saying, they was already showing signs of weakness. So it was like they wasn't. I didn't feel like they was legit as everybody probably thought they was.
Well, I think they showed signs of defensive weakness, but their offense is as potent as you can get in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody that I think can orchestrate a drive better than Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Kels in the league.
I don't know about that though, because last time they played, they was up like 31, 27-3 or something like that. Cincinnati came right back.
You talking about Cincinnati? I'm talking about the Buffalo game before.
Yeah, I'm talking about Kansas City. When they played Cincinnati in the regular season.
Okay, no, but I was talking about the Buffalo game when you said that you were surprised that they even got that far to the Cincinnati game. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because it was like they.
What was
their offense. Yeah, their offense could be explosive, but then their offense could also be just held and stopped how they did. You know what I'm saying? How they did how Cincinnati pretty much did them. And, even with the Buffalo thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, they came all the way back, but, those 13 seconds, bad coaching, got them back in the game, and, they was able to win, so.
Yeah, that was definitely bad coaching. So who do you predict? Who you got for the Super Bowl?
Man, I'm rolling with Cincinnati. I'm about to roll with Cincinnati on this one. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with Joe Burrow. I'm rolling with Chase. I'm rolling with Joe Mixon. I feel like their defense is legit. You know what I mean? And, man, this is going to be something different. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm going for the Rams.
You going for the Rams?
Yes.
I'm going for the Rams?
I have everything on the Rams.
You got everything on the Rams?
Yes.
Why you got the Rams?
Just because. I'm super excited to see them play and just... I feel like they came a long way.
They came a long
way.
They also have home field advantage. They also are playing at their house in their stadium. That I don't know if that's such a big advantage because we probably have more fans at their stadium than they did. If we didn't, it definitely was 50-50. I don't even think it was 49-51, truthfully. It was almost 50-50. I was there at the stadium, and the Niner fans came out. That's why the coaching, we'll talk about that a little bit later because Shanahan got a 6-year extension, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But, that's why he was so big. Like he said, he never saw anything like that, the way the fans showed up for the NFC Championship, on the road. I agree with you. Even though it's the year of the Tiger, happy Lunar New Year to all the fans that celebrate the Lunar New Year. Happy Lunar New Year, and it is the year of the tiger. But I would like to see the Bengals get their first Super Bowl. Truly, I would truly love to see the Bengals get their first Super Bowl. If you talking about putting your money, who you putting your money on now? And I got to put my money on that defense, man. I got to put that money on their defense, man. I'm going to say this. The 49ers play that defense to me. Their offensive line plays that defense the best. Better than any other team in the league. And they had trouble. And they had problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Von Miller, Aaron Donald, them boys bring pain, man. They bring pain. And I want to see, like I said, I would love to see the Cincinnati Bengals win their first Super Bowl.
Let them do the subject. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, same way, you know, when they played Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? They played Tampa Bay. They let Tampa Bay come back. Tampa Bay almost won the game.
Yeah.
The Niners is up on them, 17-7. You know what I'm saying? So,
true.
you know, as good as the defense, you know what I'm saying, the names on the defense is, I think they still suspect. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, when I think about the Super Bowl, I think about Joe Burrow, and I think about when he won the national championship.
Okay.
And he had that cigar in his mouth, and he was kicked back chilling. I looked at that again. I'm like, man, this dude is made for this type of stuff right here. This is, you know what I mean? Like,
not to cut you off, but he was also a Tiger.
He was a Tiger.
LSU Tiger,
True.
that he is.
Now he's a Bengal.
And this is the year of the Tiger. So,
you know,
go
but
ahead.
I ain't really tripping off that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's just stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Getting sacked 9 times in the game and winning. I'm just like, this dude, he just born and bred, it feel like to me, to do something special. So that's why I got the Bengals.
Okay. I'm like I said, I'm with B. I'm with you, B. I think the Rams just they have weapons at every place. Like, don't
Do
get
you
me
trust
wrong.
Stafford?
That's the only point. But I didn't trust Garoppolo. I never trusted Garoppolo, and look how far he got him. Like, if Tart makes that interception, we not talking about the Rams in Cincinnati, regardless. And I'm sure Garoppolo still would have threw another interception later on in that game. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
But I'm saying that I trust Stafford probably a little more than Garoppolo. Maybe.
Are you
They're
serious?
very close.
Just a little.
Just
Are
a
you
little
serious?
bit more. And I'm going to tell you why I trust him a little bit, maybe a little bit more.
Please.
Cooper Kupp.
That's it?
Yes, that's all you need. Shit. Did you see the fourth quarter?
Man.
That's all. That Cooper Kupp is a security blanket. Maybe one of the best security blankets when our coach didn't know how to get the ball to Debo. Like, he didn't get the ball to Debo Samuels when you supposed to. And Matthew Stafford got the ball to Cooper Kupp when everything was on the line.
I mean, but the whole thing is, you know, Matt Stafford, man, he's still Mr. 0-16, first of all. Second of all,
True.
He was playing with one of the greatest wide receivers, you know what I'm saying, NFL history,
Megatron, yes, sir.
and still went nowhere. And still didn't win a playoff game until he got to these Rams. Finally
Okay.
won a playoff game, 2 playoff games, you know what I'm saying, 3, and, you know, he made it to the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it's no knock on him or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. I'm like, but before this, what has he actually showed you?
Okay, let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
I know a guy by the name of Brad Johnson that don't show you too much, and a guy named Trent Dilfer that never showed you too much, and they both won Super Bowls. And the reason why is because of what? The same thing Matthew Stafford will have this week coming up. Defense. You damn straight. Defense. That's what wins it. You can't. There's one team in the history I can remember. There's one team in the history that I can say really didn't have a good defense and won a Super Bowl.
Who was that?
The Rams, the fastest show on turf. The fastest show on turf didn't really have a good defense and won the Super Bowl. Every other team that I say, they had a solid defense and won that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that. You know what I'm saying?
So do I trust Matthew Stafford more than I trust the Trent Dilfer? Do I trust more than I trust the Brad Johnson? Hell yeah.
He's not playing Trent Dilfer, and he ain't playing Brad Johnson. He playing Joe Burrow. That's who he playing right now. And Joe Burrow has done took his game to a whole nother level.
Okay.
He done took his team here, which everybody thought, even you just said. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't expect that.
You didn't expect it. You know what I'm saying?
didn't
So
expect
you
that.
know, you gotta respect
Well, you have to believe that he's going to come into a hostile environment. I do believe that.
Hold on, you guys. We got to get to the next segment.
Okay. All right. We're gonna get to the next segment. We're gonna talk about this crazy coaches around the league. I got the Rams for the Super Bowl. We're gonna talk about these crazy coaching changes around the league. The Miami Dolphins ex-head coach. Well, the Miami Dolphins have just hired the 49ers
Mike McDaniels,
offensive coordinator, as their coach, Mike McDaniels. And I just want to ask you, what do you think about that?
I don't know what to think about that. I mean, I'm like, you know, the dude even call a play. You know what I'm saying? He was an offensive coordinator, but we all know who was calling the offensive plays. So I don't know, you know, what he could actually bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? I know he's been around the Shanahans for a minute, but I just, you know, it's up there right now. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, you go into the Dolphins, you know what I'm saying, which they are, you know, Tua's an all right quarterback, but I don't know, you know, you still got Josh Allen in that division. You got Mac Jones. So man, it's a big question mark, man.
Okay, so with the lawsuit looming, we're going to talk about Lovie Smith. We'll talk about Lovie Smith and the very shortage of black coaches in the NFL right now. I think Lovie Smith officially makes 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, Mike McDaniels, he's mixed with black, so you know they would call that a quote unquote minority hire. You know what I'm saying? Which I ain't got no problem with. You know what I'm saying? You know, people are mixed. You know what I'm saying? But you know, for the NFL standard, you know what I mean? It's like that's what they would consider. So they would consider it 3 black coaches, I would say.
Okay.
That's what they would consider it.
Okay, so I think the Saints are just to hire them a new coach right now.
Yeah, I think they about to sign Dennis Allen.
Yeah, Dennis Allen.
Yeah.
So do you think it's something wrong with the shortage of? Listen, I'm a Niner fan, Mike McDaniels, but I don't think that the coach that left Miami should have been fired.
Flores.
First of all, with Flores, you can tell that team, and we talked about this before, you can tell that team played for him. You lose 7 games in a row. You think that the coach, you know, they have given up on the coach. Then you win 7 games in a row.
Yeah.
You lose 1 game. Then you beat, I wouldn't say the leader of your division, but they have definitely been the dominant force in your division for the last decade.
Absolutely.
As the New England Patriots.
Absolutely.
You go in there and beat them to show that we haven't gave up, and there are, you know, a couple, if this team wins or this team loses or whatever, they could have gotten to the playoffs or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you fire this coach. I just don't think what's going on with the black coaches in the league is really fair. Now, me and my little bro had a long conversation about this actually on the ride here, and I felt him. He said something that you know, it resonated with me, truthfully. He said, if I'm an owner of a team, I'm going to do what the hell I want to do with my team. And I understand that, but if there's continually a racist stigma, because when it comes down, he might be more qualified. He's done these things, but he's white and he's black.
Right.
So I go and get the white guy.
Right.
It's kind of like what's the problem that we've had in America. There wouldn't be a Rooney Rule if this type of shit wasn't a problem.
Right. Right. And you know, it's terrible. You know what I'm saying?
There wouldn't be all these racial laws if this wasn't a problem.
It's terrible. It's terrible. And you know, I think like with Brian Flores, like he's a great coach. He's a great coach. You know what I'm saying? I could you know, these owners, they gonna do what they do though. You know what I'm saying? It's their team. These dudes is making billions of dollars.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, sometimes the hardest thing, like through race, is for somebody to see what's going on with the other side. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think the league should do something about this, can make it? Because the league, truthfully, is
What can he
limited.
do?
Because the league works for the owners. But
No,
I'm not sure.
Goodell worked for the owners.
That's the league. And he's the league. Who does he represent?
He represents the owners.
He represents the league.
He represents the owners.
He represents the NFL.
the owners.
And that's what who is the owners?
The NFL,
all 32 teams represent are the NFL, and he represents the NFL. He doesn't represent this owner, this owner. He represents.
He does what they say. They don't do what he say. He does what they say.
Yes, so he represents the NFL. Mm-hmm. He is the face of the NFL. Period. Point blank. Mm-hmm. He's not the face of the Vikings, Raiders. He's the face of the NFL.
Yeah.
And okay, so in the NBA we had racist owner. Mm-hmm. And he had to sell his team.
Yeah. But who could you say that is racist right now? Is it racist things going on? We could say that, but I can't say that an owner is racist. I can't say that.
Well, I'm sure with all those Daniel Snyder tapes and everything that came out, and they what they hid, they put John Gruden. They put John Gruden out there, but there was what was it, about 100,000 emails with other things in there.
Yeah,
I'm sure we can find one or two.
Of course,
let's keep it real.
Do you think the owners is gonna let Goodell put that out? Of course not.
Well, the feds were supposed to put that out. That didn't have nothing to do with the owners. That had more to do with the federal government. But I don't think the feds gonna put it out because it's just more. No. Listen, my point is, it's just more of the same, and I think we can agree on that. That's all, and that's all we're saying. And I'm saying, what do you think can or should be done about this? This is all I'm asking.
I mean, it's gonna be hard. You know what I'm saying? You asking somebody to take a stand some type of way and look at it a certain type of way and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's a troubling look. It's not like the NBA. The NBA is more inclusive because it's easy to hire a person that played basketball opposed to a person that coached. And then most of the great people that play basketball are black. A lot of the great NFL players are black. But these owners they're not. If Ray Lewis, I don't know, like say Ray Lewis, if he wanted to coach, I don't know if he'd be able to coach.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but we know if Michael Jordan, if he wanted to coach, if Shaquille O'Neal, he wanted to coach, he'll get an opportunity.
Well, see, this is the thing I'm saying. It's people like Ed Reed, who was calling the defenses in the games, NFC Championship, Super Bowl games.
I agree.
He's calling defenses out. He's telling you, how can you not coach when you can do it in the game at that time? Troy Polamalu's. These are quarterbacks of the defense.
Yeah.
The same way quarterbacks can coach. Usually, I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of them have that a diva mentality, to them. But coaching and calling out things and knowing what you see in offenses or defenses, that's coaching.
Yeah, but
it's also dealing with personalities. Now that's the part where you have to know and look a little bit more into the person, because dealing with personalities, especially in this day and age when everybody's a diva, you got offensive linemen that are divas. They used to say that the wide receivers was divas. Now everybody's a diva. You know what I'm saying? So with that and dealing with personalities, that's where I think you do have to look into the person. Mm-hmm. But I still think that a lot of people are not getting a fair shot. Like you said, Flores is a hell of a coach, man.
He could have easily just been the standard, like, you know what, this is a great black coach who deserves to be hired again. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black coaches that get fired, they don't get hired the next year. You know what I'm saying? They usually got to go back, be an assistant, keep getting their names thrown out for interviews and stuff like that. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, they'll get a coaching job.
Yeah.
But somebody like Mike Tomlin, you know what I'm saying? Like, the only reason he still got his job is because he's been winning.
No, that's not true.
It's not true?
No.
Oh.
How many in your lifetime, how many coaches have the Steelers had in your lifetime?
3.
Because that's what they do. They're, first of all, a team. And I just was actually on the ride out here. I was talking to my bro about this also. Mm-hmm. The Rooney Rule comes from where?
Pittsburgh.
Because they have that fair practice. They're not just going out looking for new coaches. They don't get coaches every 2-3 years.
Has Mike
Tomlin
had a losing season?
No, and I'm not saying. Listen,
so he's still there.
No, I'm not saying he does not deserve to be there. But I'm saying even if he did have a losing season, they know the product that they have. They do their due diligence when it comes to picking a coach. Right. Before who was their head coach before?
I forgot.
I loved him though. I loved him. He
not Chuck.
Bill Cowher. Before Chuck. After Chuck. No. And Bill Cowher. Like I said, I loved the hell out of Bill Cowher. Mm-hmm. White, black, it don't matter. I just loved I loved who he was. Bill Cowher. Bill Cowher was one of them coaches that'd get up in anybody's face, anything. If it get ugly or something like that, he looked like he would go make a play on the field. Mm-hmm. Show you linebackers how to tackle. Mm-hmm. Like that's the type of coach. You know what I'm saying? That I really liked, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I just think that they do their due diligence. They pick good coaches and they stick with their guns.
Well, like they're not everywhere. They only pick 3 coaches, so you can't. You know what I'm saying? When you say they pick good coaches,
when everything is said and done, all 3 of those coaches will be Hall of Fame coaches.
Exactly. Okay. Why? Because they're winners. Period.
I think it's.
But if Mike Tomlin had 2-3 seasons, 7-9, 6-10, 5-11. You think they wouldn't consider a coaching change at the very least?
I think they would maybe consider it. I don't know how they would move because I just think that when you're the cream of the crop, mm-hmm. when you talk about coaches, if you're not talking about Bill Belichick, questionably, I still think Bill Walsh is the best ever. But if you're talking about questionably the best coach ever, mm-hmm. Who's next on the list? It got to be Mike Tomlin.
Maybe.
You talking about the second best coach in the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, well, maybe, but he only got 1 ring. So
okay, and you tell me who else you talking about then? Who got more?
I couldn't name another coach, not at this moment.
Okay, so like I said, all those winning seasons mm-hmm. that you're talking about mm-hmm. and that 1 ring that you're talking about, he's the second best coach after Belichick.
I said he's still there for winning. I said he's still there for winning. What else you want me to say?
We're saying the same thing, brother. All I'm saying is you cannot take that from him. No. You feel me? Yes. No. Yes. And Pete Carroll only has 1 ring also.
Yeah, Andy Reid got 1 ring.
Andy Reid has 1 ring. You can name a few people with 1 ring. What's the coach for the Eagles? The coach for the Eagles has 1 ring. Yes, there's a lot of coaches with 1 ring.
Got fired.
But when you look at the win percentage mm-hmm. and that 1 ring, and mm-hmm. he's also been to multiple Super Bowls. Yes, you know he's there. You have to put him as the second best coach in the league after Belichick.
Who Tomlin?
Tomlin.
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, I roll with Andy Reid. I think I'll take Andy Reid.
Okay, well, Andy Reid's never been fired. And Andy Reid is Coach Tomlin has never been fired, and Coach Tomlin has never had a losing season. Andy Reid's had both.
I just said that. I said he still.
So why are you rolling with Andy Reid? Exactly. Once you already have that gun, why are you saying something different?
Because Andy Reid coaches quarterbacks.
We're not talking about sometimes.
I seen Andy Reid coach quarterbacks. I've seen Andy Reid took the Eagles to the Super Bowl.
True. With a great quarterback.
He took the Chiefs to the Super Bowl.
With an even greater quarterback.
I seen Mike Tomlin with Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, and Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay.
And they didn't get there.
Okay, can I ask you this question? Antonio Brown.
Uh-huh.
With the exception of that 1 year he was with Tom Brady,
mm-hmm.
What do you think he was in the locker room?
Doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. Your locker room means a lot. What do you mean? That's the reason why people get rid of people. A lot of people are not in the league because of their locker room.
I'm not talking about the locker room. I'm
Le'Veon,
talking
I don't
about
know where Le'Veon Bell at right now. Because Le'Veon Bell looks great in Pittsburgh. I haven't seen him look great nowhere else.
Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger looked great for a minute. Then when they left, what he looked like?
Good. He's
then
never
what he looked like
great.
Since they left?
He's never looked great.
What has he looked
Ben
like?
Ben Roethlisberger has never looked great. He's looked good, and he's had great weapons around.
He's never
him.
looked great.
When he looked great,
he looked great when he was throwing them 100 balls to Antonio Brown. He looked great when he was handing
because
it off
we
to
know who
Le'Veon
Antonio
Bell.
Brown is.
Exactly.
We know who Le'Veon was there.
Okay, exactly.
So they were great under Mike Tomlin, right? But what did they do otherwise?
They were great together.
Under Mike Tomlin.
Exactly.
Under Mike Tomlin.
You know what?
Under
You're right.
his tutelage. Yes.
You're right. And where did Mike Tomlin get them?
Huh?
Where did Mike Tomlin get them? Did he get them to a Super Bowl? No,
he didn't.
So, once again, Mike Tomlin didn't get the best out that situation. And
nobody's got the best out of Le'Veon Bell. Nobody.
Tom
Brady, who questionably the greatest player. I still think Jerry Rice, but Tom Brady is questionably the greatest player to ever play football. I still think Joe Montana's the GOAT. Got him there. Lived him, made it where he lived in this guy's house. Had to nurse him pretty much to get him there. And then, even after that, what did Antonio Brown do?
Get a Super Bowl?
No, I said after that.
After the Super Bowl?
After the Super Bowl. Where's Antonio Brown? Is he still a Buck right now?
No.
Or why not?
Because he quit.
Why did he do that?
I don't know.
How often does this happen?
I don't know.
No, you don't know because this doesn't happen very often.
Right.
Have you ever seen anybody exit the NFL the way Antonio Brown did?
No.
So would you agree with me this guy got a problem?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I just know when he
Okay,
goes.
let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase it.
You guys are something else. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's start talking about the NBA and the Warriors win streak, please.
Okay, all right. We're gonna get on that. I just don't think these coaches are getting a fair spiel. But before we get on the NBA and these Warriors win streak, we're gonna get a word to our sponsors. We're gonna go to a little something new. LIL something new at a little something new.com. They got a lot of things for you. All type of stuff for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is coming up. B, what you want for Valentine's Day, B?
Honestly, Valentine's is like every day for me, so I don't really know.
Okay, that's a good.
I really can't say what I want on that particular day.
On that particular day,
what I mean?
okay.
So.
Okay, well, tell him to go get you something from a little something new. Okay,
bless his heart.
Yes.
Bless his heart. Tell him to go get you something from a little something new because
Okay.
they definitely got something. You feel me? Okay,
Yes, they do.
and then we gonna go to our sponsor, the Vegan Mob. You know what I'm saying?
Pull up on us, baby.
Pull up on us, baby. And we pulled up on them, what was that, the other day, man. She came out here and got some of that good gumbo, and she had one of them po' boys and stuff like that. She had that po' boy. She told that po' boy up.
And they got the bougie smoothies.
The bougie smoothies.
You know what I mean?
The
So
bougie
you know what I'm saying,
smoothies,
man.
yes.
Make sure you definitely get yourself a dose of that.
Okay, definitely, man. Pull up on him, man. You got to pull up on my cousin Don Toriano, and he'll be here next week. Next week, definitely, we got Don Toriano coming through. And then we got Vegan for Life. That's Vegan, FOLIFE, Vegan for Life, man. Showtime, man. Shout out to you. Y'all got to go see him on Ocean. Man, love you, man. That's all that. Man, you keeping me young, man. I'm telling you, man. You wouldn't even know how old I was. I'm telling you, man, with that Vegan for Life, man. They got me big stepping, man. You hear what I'm saying? You hear you? Definitely. And then you got to go see my cousin, Fabby Davis, man, over there at Dope Era, man. Like I said, man, whenever you get off the plane, near and far, wherever the hell you coming from, man, you got to go pull up on him, man. Fabby Davis on Broadway. You know what I'm saying? With Unc the Hunk. I just talked to Unc. And him and Fabby should be here coming soon, man. I gotta call them and get them back and see when they gonna come in. But you gotta, man, they keep it fresh for you. I'm gonna keep it real, man. They got new stuff coming all the time, man. Happy belated birthday again to Fabby Davis. I want to say happy birthday to all the Aquariuses out there.
Yes,
Speaking of Aquarius, I got one to my left right now, man. Happy early birthday.
I got one to my right.
Happy early birthday to you. Happy early birthday to you.
You got one to the left, I got two to the right.
You got two to the right. I'm also one. Shout out to Rhonda. Her birthday was the other day. Happy birthday. Indy, my niecey, her birthday. Leisha, my niecey, her birthday today.
Yes.
Young Boo, man, his birthday, man.
Yes.
Aquarius, man. Skins, Rec, man. There's so many of us, man. There's so many. We think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll be going all day with the Aquariuses, man. So yeah, happy birthday to all the Aquariuses. Also, my newest sponsor is Mogul. You know, you got a SF rap legend, Big Rich. You understand what I'm saying, man? Go check him out, man. I'm telling you, that stuff sell out so quick. The Mogul stuff, man. And also 1111, man. They got candles and all good type of stuff for you. So that's our sponsor. That's how we keep the bills paid. And yes, and I can't forget my bro with Cash Out Productions, man. Cash Out Productions, you gotta go check him out, man. He got a lot of stuff, t-shirts, hats, and all type of things, man. We keeping this shit lit. So anyway, we gonna get back to what you say we getting to.
The NBA and the Warriors win streak.
Okay, let's talk about the NBA, man. Let's talk about the NBA. So what's going on, Screw? Who you like in the NBA? Who's the hottest team in the NBA
I mean, right now the hottest team is the Warriors, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
you know, they doing their thing, you know what I mean? And, you know, after they back to form, as they should be, you know, getting Clay back, man, that's big time, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, like, I really gotta give props to Andrew Wiggins, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even a fan of his at first,
He
but
been kind of balling lately, man.
that boy
He
been
been
balling,
kinda
man. He done turned
balling
it
lately.
around. He done turned it around, you know what I'm saying? Especially since Draymond been out. So, you know, I really gotta respect that dude, man, for real.
Yeah. Yes, I totally agree. I think Wiseman should be coming in the mail. I think Wiseman will be coming in the mail, and that'll be
in a few weeks.
That'll be a big thing.
Yeah.
The Phoenix Suns been hot too, though, man.
Man, them dudes is hot.
The Phoenix Suns
dudes is
been
nice.
hot, man.
Them dudes is nice.
From what I understand, they don't even have a starter in the All-Star game.
What? Well, not even Devin Booker? Well, I guess, yeah.
Yes.
I can see him not being a starter.
Yeah. So, but they the hottest. I mean, not currently the hottest team within the
They one
Warriors.
of 'em.
And not, yeah, but their record is incredible. So, So, what do you think come playoff time? What you think is gonna happen, man?
Oh man, I think it's about to go down. I think we're gonna get something big. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're gonna have the Warriors up in there, Phoenix again. Man, Memphis. Okay. You know what I mean? Can't forget about Ja Morant. Them dudes, they is silly balling. You know, you're gonna have Dallas up in there, you're gonna have Denver up in there. It's gonna be nice.
Okay. What do you think about that boy? What do you think about that boy Brown, man? Brown. What you think going on with Brown?
Just
what
a
Brown
goat. He just being a goat being a goat. You know what I'm saying? Like dropping them points. You know what I mean? Got a triple double. You know, against I think I want to say the Knicks. And man, he just been stepping up. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you know, like only reason he'll surpass Michael to me is because it don't matter what team he's on, they expect him to get to the finals.
I agree with that. Just for me, my GOATs, and this is why I still say Joe Montana, and this is why my GOATs, when it comes to championships, no one can say they beat him with my exception of my baseball GOAT. When it comes to championship, there's no other man that can say they beat this guy when everything was on the line. So Michael Jordan is my GOAT. Even though it hates for me to say that, there's no man on earth that can say he beat Michael Jordan in a championship.
I mean,
Joe Montana is my GOAT. There's no man on earth that can say he beat Joe Montana in a Super Bowl. Floyd Mayweather is my GOAT. When the belt was on the line, there's not a man on earth that can say he beat Floyd Mayweather.
I don't know.
There's not a man on earth. You say Tom Brady the GOAT, but I know a guy that beat him twice when everything was on the line.
Who got more Super Bowl rings?
I don't care. He beat him twice. He didn't play all them Super Bowls, but when he did see him, when I saw him, listen, how you better than me and I beat you? When I beat you up 2 times, how you better than me?
Who didn't play?
If I beat you 2 times and you beat me none, how are you better than me?
Who didn't play all the
How
Super
are you
Bowls?
better than me? I don't care. Because listen, Tom Brady got credit for a Super Bowl when Russell Williams threw an interception to somebody.
Okay.
But Tom Brady got the credit. Tom Brady scored 17 points
Tom
Brady scored 17 points against the Rams. He gets credit for that Super Bowl when you know that when the defense held them to 10 points. He gets credit for that Super Bowl. So you still got to take that L when that defense comes smother you.
So
when the boys come smother you.
What supposed to happen to
the
52nd man on the bench?
So guess what?
Is he not supposed to get a ring?
So guess what? When you take them L's, you got to take them L's the same way. You got to take them L's the same way.
The 15th man on the bench.
He's a professional, right? He getting paid, right?
He's not supposed to get a ring?
He been paid, right?
I'm just saying he's not supposed to get a ring.
He's supposed to get a ring.
Okay. So so you're not making any sense.
I'm saying Tom Brady was a starting quarterback when he took 2 L's.
Okay.
What
does that mean? He got 7 of them.
That Eli.
He got 7 of them.
That Eli against Tom.
He has 7 rings.
Okay, that's good. And he's been defeated. 3 times.
Of course. If you go to the Super Bowl 10 times, of course.
I'm just saying that.
What do you mean?
Okay, well, my goats have never been defeated by nobody in the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. There's not a man that can say I beat you when everything counted.
I mean, that's cool.
Can't nobody say that about Mike. That's cool. Can't nobody say that about Joe. Can't nobody say that about Floyd. That's all I'm saying.
That's cool, but you know what I'm saying? A lot of people wouldn't consider Floyd a GOAT.
Why not?
Because they would look at other boxers
that got their ass whooped.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And say they are better boxers than Floyd. Floyd has never
after 50 fights.
Hold on.
After 50 fights,
Floyd has never lost, and I'm giving you that.
At 50 fights, please.
I'm giving you that. Floyd has never lost.
After 50 fights,
I'm giving you that. Floyd has never lost. But ask a lot of people, bro. They don't consider him the GOAT. I don't consider him the GOAT.
It don't matter what they consider, because men and women lie. Their numbers don't. 50 fights, he's undefeated. He goes to the club. I've been in the club with him numerous times in Vegas, and if you look at him, you look at me, you couldn't tell who had a fight that night. This is what he does. This is what Floyd does. He beats niggas' ass and he makes it good. Because if the art of basketball is scoring baskets and not letting the other opponent score, if the art of baseball is scoring runs and not letting the other opponent score, if the art of football is scoring touchdowns or field goals and not letting the other opponent score, then the art of boxing is hitting a person and not letting a person hit you.
Who's the GOAT in baseball?
Barry Bonds.
He's never won a ring.
I said that, with the exception of
my.
And I'm going to tell you why.
No, you can't have exceptions now.
I can't have exceptions. You can't tell me why I have an exception with my GOAT. I said my GOAT. You can't tell me. You can't give me an exception with my thinking.
Wait, hold on.
You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that.
Wait, you just said your GOATs never lost. But you just said the GOAT in baseball to you is Barry Bonds.
And I'll tell you why.
Wait, hold on. Just let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
It's Barry Bonds who never won a ring. And now you're ready to tell me why he's your GOAT. Please, go ahead.
He has no control over who pitches the ball. No control. A pitcher, I can go score. I can go knock 700 and... Please, brother. If somebody wants to be a guest on this show, they can sit in one of these seats. If not, please be quiet. Okay, anyway.
Go ahead.
I can score 762 home runs. Way further than anybody in the history. And that pitcher can go give up 850 home runs.
Right.
And I have nothing to do with that.
Can I ask you this? Does Tom Brady play defense?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, because that's what you hold him to right now.
And you know what? You're exactly right.
That's what you hold him to.
But this is the difference between Tom Brady.
After he gave him the lead.
This is the
After he gave him the lead.
This is the difference. When did he gave who the lead?
He gave
the Giants the lead?
No, he gave the New England the lead when Eli threw that damn helmet pass to Tyree.
Okay, and the Seattle was also finna take the lead when that interception came too.
Right.
And he didn't have nothing to do with that either. But he still gets credit for that being one of his Super Bowl rings, right?
Everybody does.
Okay.
If you win, whatever you win.
Okay.
Whoever wins.
I'm just making sure we on the same page.
Whoever wins.
I'm just making sure
the punter gets a ring.
I'm just making sure we on the same page here. So back to what I was saying about baseball.
Tell me.
Baseball.
Tell me.
Listen. If Tom Brady's numbers were so crazy above everybody else in the league?
They are 7 rings.
So you're talking about he doesn't play defense.
He doesn't.
Okay, so when they held the Rams to 10 points, that was him doing that?
That was his defense.
Okay, so that's part of them rings. That defense got rings because he had one of the best defensive coaches to ever play the game. Their defense always kept them in the games.
Okay.
Now if you want to do the Philly game where he scored them points and the defense didn't show up when they lost, I can commend that. But then you have to take
What about when he came back down 25-3? 28-3, my bad. 28-3.
To me,
in the third quarter with 7 minutes left. Talk about it.
To me, can I tell you this?
Absolutely.
To me,
absolutely.
That was incredible, and I give Tom. I take my hats off to.
wow.
I take my hats off
Now
to
you gonna
Tom.
take your hat off.
I take my hats off to Tom, but you had already fucked up by letting Eli beat you twice. Period. I don't care. You don't
Right.
care. You let Eli beat you
Right.
twice.
So once again,
You
I'm
didn't
just
do-
going
you
off
didn't-
your argument.
So what happened with Eli?
So you can't say Barry is the GOAT.
I can't say Barry is a GOAT, and I'm going to
can't.
tell you
Not
why.
with your argument,
I'm going to
bro.
tell you why.
You said all your GOATs never
Who's the
lost.
next closest to him in home runs?
Hank.
And how many home runs is he behind him?
Maybe
Like over 100?
40 or 50 or something like that.
762. 762 is Barry Bonds' number.
Okay.
So the next closest person, that's like talking to me about, listen. Jerry Rice is the GOAT of receivers because a lot of his numbers are not even close. People got 17, they getting extra games and stuff to get his stuff, to even come close to Jerry Rice. But he had put the margin so high that it was impossible for anybody to be close to him.
Yeah,
now
he's
as
the
a
GOAT.
team, yes, I can't speak for the team, but if you're talking about as an individual player, there's nobody close to Barry Bonds. So who would you say is better than Barry Bonds? I'll wait.
I wouldn't say a lot of people was better than him. But
I said who? I asked you. So let me rephrase the question again.
How about this?
What player
guys,
would you say is better than Barry Bonds?
Are y'all done with this right
Just
now?
like
I just
you
want
said
him to
this
say
last
one
thing.
thing, please. Yes.
Let me say this last thing.
Yes.
A lot of people will say Derek Jeter is better than him.
Because of what?
Rings.
So Derek Jeter, because of his rings, is better than Barry Bonds.
Rings.
Because of his rings, is better than Barry Bonds.
Rings.
Do you believe Derek Jeter is better than Barry Bonds?
Of course not.
Huh?
No. I
Okay,
don't.
so I don't care what a lot of people say. I'm asking the question to you. Who would you say is better than Barry Bonds?
I wouldn't say nobody.
Okay, so he's the GOAT.
I can't.
I'm
on
asking
your argument.
I didn't
On
say
your
my
argument, no.
So let me ask you.
On your argument, no.
567 Skrillionaire. I'm
On your
asking you a
argument,
question,
no.
man. I'm asking
On
you
your
a question.
argument,
I didn't
no.
say on my argument. I'm asking
On
you
your
as a
argument.
grown man,
And
as
on
a
your
grown man
argument-
sitting here on the Real
on your
Spill Sports
argument,
Rap
yes,
podcast.
yes.
Who is the GOAT in baseball?
Barry Bonds.
Okay. Thank you.
We said it.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody's in agreement.
Okay.
Barry.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we need to start talking about them 49er changes right now.
Okay.
Okay,
I
and
agree.
making moves around the league.
Okay.
You guys
All
had
right.
already got started with the league. So.
Yeah. It's all. You know.
We are right here in the league with the league right now, and I'm thank you for saying that and asking that. So what you think is gonna happen with your boy? This is your guy, man.
Yeah, this is my guy.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I thought Jimmy G was gonna have a way better game than he had, just because everybody was talking about, basically we don't need him as our quarterback. We can put anybody in there and substitute for Jimmy G.
We did, and you know what our record was?
1-1.
No, like 8-20 something.
No, we had a
With
guy
him
named
out.
we had a guy named Trey Lance
Uh-huh.
in here this year. He played one game against Arizona. They lost 10-17. And he had a game against the Houston Texans. Yet be it, I will say, one of the worst teams in the league.
Okay.
But he won that game.
Okay.
So without Jimmy G this season, I'm not talking about Mullins, even though Mullins actually played a pretty good game
Mullins,
for the
Beathard.
Browns, Beathard, all those guys. Yes, I'm not talking about what we would call, I would say maybe the 42nd and maybe 52nd best quarterbacks in football, if that. And I'm being very generous.
If that.
I'm talking about this year with Trey Lance. We were 1-1, and truthfully, I blame us not being 2-0 on coaching.
Bottom line,
Truly, on coaching.
That's bottom line to me. I mean, our coaching it just didn't step up at the right time.
At the right time,
yes. And
I agree with you on that.
I mean, we call good plays and we do things like that, but like I say, in football, everything is so situational. It don't matter how many points you put up and all that. It always comes down to this one play, these two plays, one on offense, one on defense. And if you don't have the coaching to step up and make the right call, man, that could cost you.
So I'm gonna ask B a question. B, how you feel about Jimmy G?
I mean, I feel like he has an opportunity to be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think he's handsome?
Very.
You really want me to answer? Yes, he is. Definitely that. Why would you ask me that, Trey?
I'm just, because
Of
I know the women think that Jimmy G is handsome. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I come from a man's point of view, so like all dudes is ugly to me, so I can't. Huh?
That's my girlfriend's crush.
Okay, yes, exactly. That's my boy Nick, man. Shout out to my guy Nick behind the scenes. He said his girlfriend got a crush on Jimmy G. Okay,
man.
I see why he don't really like the Niners like that. I see. I'm just playing.
I think though he does need to work on his past a little bit.
Yeah. Well, see, the problem with Jimmy G, I think there's two things that Jimmy G's problem, and if he can get better at these two things, I think the Niners would almost be unstoppable. The two things is he can't throw the deep ball and he can't run. He's immobile. So you can do a soft zone. You can go soft zone on Jimmy and you're going to take away a lot of the field. You go soft zone on him because you know he's throwing it 10 to 15 yards at most. Yeah. So I'm not covering deep. I'm not doing anything, and that just limits you as a team with the plethora of offensive players that we have. I don't gotta guard Kittle down the field. I don't gotta stay too close to Ayuk. I don't gotta stay. When I can play off a man, that is almost like covering two men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can keep my position, and I know he's not going to put that ball on a place where Aaron would put it, or some of these, good passers will put that ball where that ball is going to hang for a minute. I got time to get to it, and that just changes that just changes everything in the game. I don't fault him for a lot of his management skills because he can kind of manage a game pretty good. And like I told you on our last podcast, hats off to him, that drive down the field in Green Bay. Even though it was two passes, they were two on the money, right there passes, exactly what we needed at the exact time to get Robbie Gould in position. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. But but besides that, it's like that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it with Jimmy.
I mean, I'll give you one out of two of them. You know what I'm saying? I think mobility, it's a good thing, but I think a lot of times it can be overrated because when you look at a lot of people that won the Super Bowls, they wasn't always the most mobile quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady, like I said, he won 7. How mobile was he? You know what I mean? Nick Foles won.
Can I say one thing on that with Tom Brady? But Tom Brady is money. He puts the ball. Hold on. He throws the deep pass. He throws. So the mobility is no longer a factor because he can throw everywhere on the field. I dare you play the soft zone on Tom. He will eat your ass up downfield.
I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying that the mobility. Look at Matt Stafford right now. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. If you saying mobility is the way to get there, okay, we can look at Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is very mobile, and look where he's at. You know what I mean? So I don't think mobility is all there like that. You know what I'm saying? But, I can say that, Jimmy G, he definitely needs to work on a few things. You know what I'm saying? He has to hold himself accountable for decision-making also. You know what I mean? Like, because, you can't just, even though the plays coming and you got to be able to see the field. You got to be able to see more of the field than what you actually open. You know what I mean? And, if you're not able to see, you got to be responsible for that vision. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, a lot of that is just looking at film and things like that. And, you know, obviously you believe in your players because you'll throw it to them like shit. If they in triple coverage, you'll throw it to them. You know what I mean?
Down,
but
guarded all day.
all that. But you gotta be.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? You gotta hold yourself a little more responsible to say, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I want to get it to my guy, but have an understanding like I'm throwing it to him in triple coverage. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing it to him in double coverage. You know, when he had Ayuk, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, you got to be able to. Hey, you got to be able to make that throw. You know what I mean? Like you can't you shouldn't be able to go to sleep at night knowing that you missed a wide open man. You know what I mean? Like
I totally agree. I want to ask somebody here who's always been behind the scenes and with me usually in pretty much everything I do. Special guest, my little bruh, Floss Vegas, man. I want him to come and iterate and come say a few things, you know, and I really want to know how he is because he's been critiquing this guy Jimmy G all season long. He calls me after every 49er game, during every 49er game if we not together, before every 49er game, first quarter, second quarter, halftime, in the middle of the game. Floss, throw on your headphones. You got some headphones over there? Throw on your headphones, man. And I just want to see how you feel about that guy, Jimmy G. Nick, you can get him in the camera a little bit. Good evening. How you doing, man?
It's my
What's going on,
pleasure. You know. So, what was the question you had?
So the question we asking is, how do you feel about Jimmy and what do you think, you know, about him being the 49er? They talking about trading him. And do you think there'll be a team that will be a good fit for Jimmy?
First of all, I want to start off by saying Jimmy's a bitch. Straight up, he's a bitch. You feel me?
Stop, man.
I'm pretty sure the whole Niner Nation damn near could vouch for that. At least 90%.
No, man.
Jimmy's a bitch.
How? Tell me.
Did you see the last performance he had?
Yes, I did.
Did you see the one before that?
Yes, I did.
He's a bitch. Then, if you take both of them, you would agree.
I can't agree with that. So you mean to tell me? I seen the. Okay, let's talk about the performance before that.
At Lambeau?
At Lambeau,
He did absolutely nothing.
he brought us down, and he made
He didn't do anything.
Like Trev said, he made the passes to get us in field goal position to make the field goal. The last game.
Hold on, let's stop right there.
Let's stop.
Just from your opinion of football, how many quarterbacks in the NFL out of all 28 teams? How many teams?
32.
Out of 32 teams, how many quarterbacks could have did the exact same thing in the same situation?
Not too many.
Not too
Aaron
many.
didn't do it.
I almost would say
Aaron didn't do it.
I would say at least 75% of the quarterbacks could do exactly that in the same moment.
Aaron Rodgers didn't do it.
With the weapons around him, with his personnel, with his play calling, and everything else. Like I said, 70% of the quarterbacks, professional quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks, could manage the game just as well as bitch-ass Jimmy G did.
Aaron Rodgers didn't do it, though.
Well, I would say Aaron Rodgers at least orchestrated a touchdown drive, though.
Yeah, that one.
That's better than none. One is always better than none.
Okay, then what he did after that?
Huh?
What did he do after that?
What did Jimmy do after that?
Jimmy came down and put him in scoring position to win the game.
But
Field
you're
goal.
speaking on
But he
one
never
game.
he never orchestrated one touchdown
Jimmy
drive
G isn't
in the whole
even in
game.
the same conversation.
He put him
as Aaron
in
Rodgers.
the winning position to win the field.
Well,
to win the game.
Well, so did Aaron Rodgers. They just blocked the field goal.
Exactly. Our
Okay.
special teams came through.
Yeah, the special team came through. That wasn't Aaron
You
Rodgers'
need
fault.
all phases of
We're talking
your
about
team.
Jimmy G.
We were talking about the quarterback, what the
We're talking about the
quarterback's deal.
quarterback.
Aaron
We're
Rodgers took
aware of
his
that.
team down, drove them
And
down,
marched.
got them, gave them a
And-
march to get the touchdown, and that's not what happened.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers is at home. Don't you feel like he should have orchestrated the
I
drive?
definitely feel like that. I feel like
Okay, and he
Rodgers
did.
should have been capable of beating Jimmy G.
And he
but
did.
like I said, with bitch ass Jimmy G, he has a lot of good personnel around him. He got good play calling. He had a stellar defense that showed up.
Jimmy G owns Green Bay.
He definitely owns Green Bay.
He owns Green Bay.
Do we own Green Bay because of his play? Or do you own
Absolutely.
Green Bay because of the 49ers play?
He's part of the team.
Jimmy G haven't led us to anything.
He
He was a part of us going there. He hadn't led. Quarterbacks
I agree.
lead your team. The
Okay.
quarterbacks in the NFL, that's your job to
I
lead
agree.
your team.
You
I
absolutely
agree.
right.
I would say
So how much was we down against the Rams when we came back and beat them to even get to the playoffs?
17-0.
Okay.
17-0, yeah.
17-0.
Okay. And who was the quarterback behind the center that helped us get the W?
Did he do anything spectacular? Anything
I'm just
out of
asking
the
who was
norm?
the quarterback.
Anything like I said, anything the average 32 quarterbacks couldn't do.
The
That's
average
what I'm just
32
asking,
quarterbacks
sir.
wouldn't have brought them back.
I'm saying, given the same personnel, the same play calling, the same weapons,
Some people think that other teams have better weapons than us,
and that may be true.
and they lost to us.
That's not the given fact. We're talking
Look.
about Jimmy G.
Look,
Okay.
man, we gonna get you back on this thing, Floss, because we need you on a whole episode, man, to really state your case about this. I do agree with you about I would say, I wouldn't say 75%, but I do say maybe 50 to 60% of quarterbacks that if you don't throw interceptions with that offense in San Francisco, you gonna win. Period. Point blank. You don't make mistakes.
I got a question for Screw You There.
Go ahead. Talk to me.
Okay. Do you want Jimmy G back next year?
Hell yeah.
You want Jimmy G
I want
back,
Jimmy back.
leading your San Francisco
Yes.
Giant offense?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely got it.
That says it all.
Want me to tell you why? Can I tell you why?
Yeah, you go ahead. Tell
Can
me
I
why.
tell you why?
Yeah, I want to know why.
Where were we just at when we lost?
What do you mean?
NFC Championship.
Yes.
Every time Jimmy G plays, dog, we win. We win.
Every time the Niners.
Every time Jimmy G plays, we win. When we pick
We
other
have a winning
quarterbacks in
record
there,
because we would be in the Super Bowl if
When we
every
put-
time he plays, we win.
Exactly.
Yeah, but,
we win.
but he has a high. I understand what you're saying. He has a very
winning
high
record.
winning
But that's
percent.
not
He has a
because
very
of
high.
his skill level. That's because of the franchise, the 49ers.
Okay.
That's
We
because
had
of our
Beathard.
personnel.
We
That's
had
because-
Beathard.
Do you think Jimmy G will
not-
win this much if he played for Cleveland? If he was in Jacksonville?
A lot
if
of
he
people-
was in
a lot of
Miami?
people would- a
Do
lot
you
of
think-
people would win.
I'm asking you.
A lot of people
We're
would
talking
win.
about his skill level.
A lot of people
We're
would
not-
win in those places.
Exactly, and a lot of people would win in this place. That's my whole thing.
I don't know.
Jimmy G
We
does
agree.
nothing
I don't know.
We
special.
can agree on that.
I don't
I
know.
agree on any playoff quarterback, even
Anyone.
Derek Carr. I think would pretty much get almost the same results as Jimmy G. Truthfully, to me.
Yeah, I mean, I mean,
And that's with Debo. If you have a Debo Samuels that's not injured, and you have a Kittle that's not injured with that run game, with that running game,
Offensive line protected.
and also because he can't throw that deep ball, Ayuk, which is really a monster out there.
He can't stretch the field.
He can't stretch the
So
field.
that's
You
why
don't
they
see the
jump in the
Niners
route.
stretch the
That's
field.
why almost
And
every pass
everything
Jimmy G
behind-
throw,
yeah,
it look like
everything
it's a
comes behind
potential
it. So
interception.
any quarterback that can throw that deep ball, oh, you in trouble with that offense.
50% of his
You in
passes
trouble.
looks like
this is true.
Yeah, so I think any quarterback 60, I say 60% of the quarterbacks, and I don't get
But
me wrong.
we keep saying all these other quarterbacks, 60%, 50%, 30, 75. A lot of the quarterbacks y'all talking about is good quarterbacks that was already leading their teams to the playoffs.
Well, check this out. I think it's-
We're good teams.
and not as good as team as us. We're
Never.
not as good as teams as us.
But if
Who has a Debo Samuel on the Kittle on their same team?
But if y'all talking about Jimmy, the way y'all talking about him, they should be able to beat us easy.
No,
Right?
that's not
No,
true.
'cause we
got
Because
the
we
whole-
have a good. The whole
personnel.
point is our whole team.
Our whole team.
The way they beat us
So
is
let me
Jimmy.
ask you this: simplest question in the world.
We lose because of Jimmy.
Let me
When
ask
we
you this.
lose,
Let
it's
me
'cause
ask-
of Jimmy.
Have you hold
Let
on?
me ask you
Hold on.
this.
Hold on.
Go
Have
ahead.
you heard of the story? The story about Troy and the guy. The only way you can beat him was what? His Achilles heel.
Okay.
Well, if you talk about the Achilles heel of the San Francisco 49ers, guess what his name is?
Who?
Jimmy G.
Okay. Hold on.
That's it.
Hold
He's
on.
unstoppable. You can't get him anywhere
Troy Jimmy.
unless you get their
Hold
Achilles
on.
heel.
Hold on.
And the Achilles heel's name is Garoppolo in San Francisco.
Okay, so let me ask you this:
Yes.
How much
I
was we
agree.
up when we was in the Super Bowl?
10 points.
Who was calling the plays?
Mike Shanahan.
And what happened?
He couldn't complete a pass for a first down.
No.
He put the no. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
no.
I'm gonna tell you what
I'll say
happened.
what
I'm gonna
happened.
tell you what
He put the ball in
happened.
his
He put
hand.
the ball in Jimmy Garoppolo's hand
no
at the
apparent
wrong
reason.
For no
time.
reason.
For no
Right, at the
reason at
wrong
all.
I
time.
agree.
At the wrong time.
Exactly.
No reason.
And we had bad results. I
Exactly.
don't know if you remember a dude had like 200 and some yards the game before.
Yeah.
Jimmy G
Yeah, I
threw
know.
like 6 complete passes.
Yeah.
So basically,
attempted,
8
6
attempts,
completed.
6 complete passes. So you can throw 6 passes
Yeah.
and beat the dog shit out of another team.
How many quarterbacks could do that? Like I said, out of the 30.
That's how raw that team
How
is.
many quarterbacks? Could
That's
do
how
that
raw
out of
that
32?
team is, man.
How many quarterbacks could do that?
That's
out
how
of
raw
32?
that team is,
Hold
man.
on.
Exactly my point.
Hold on.
Anybody
Look,
could do
we-
that.
hey,
Who was
listen,
supposed to-
listen,
who was
listen,
supposed to-
listen.
hold on.
Hold
Any
on.
quarterback could throw the ball 8 times.
Who was supposed to go
Hold
to
on,
the Super Bowl? Who was supposed to go to the Super Bowl?
We gotta
this
get
year?
out of here. We gotta get out of here. I gotta ask y'all, man, what y'all knocking? What
Aaron
y'all knocking?
Rodgers.
What is in y'all deck right now? What y'all got knocking? If you hop in the car, man, what you knocking, Floss?
I'm knocking Lil Yee right now. Unbreakable, man.
Unbreakable?
iTunes, Spotify, you know.
Okay.
Yes,
Check your
definitely,
streaming,
definitely, man. What you got up in the deck, Skrill? What you knocking, man?
Man, I'm playing all kind of stuff, man. It's like I can't even just narrow it down to one almost. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just appreciating a lot of these young cats out here right now. That's
Right.
doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, of course, you know I wake up to the stunner, man.
Okay,
But
you big stepping when you wake
I'm
up.
big stepping when I wake up.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying?
I know.
It's man. I'm rocking with a lot of these dudes, man. I love these young cats out
You
here.
know,
right
we
now.
stay big stepping up in here. B, what you got up in your deck? What you knocking, B?
I'm knocking Summer Walker.
Summer Walker.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
okay.
a little bit of a Shiny Productions.
Okay. A Shiny Production.
Shantae.
Shout out to
Shiny
Shantae.
Productions.
Okay.
Shout out to
Okay.
Shantae, man. She is so blessed, man, and beautiful, man.
Yes,
Shout
indeed.
out to little sis. Yes, indeed.
Gotta
Yes,
give
indeed.
it a shot.
You know, it's with me, it's Lamborghini Music. My boy P.O.P. just came out with his CD, man. I gotta give him a shout out, man. I ain't checked it out yet, but I just gotta give him a shout out though. But yeah, it's still Lamborghini Music, and you know I got to rock with my little cousin, the Yeast of Lil
Love the
Yee.
Yeast
Lil
of-
Yee, man.
love the
He
Yeast
going
of-
crazy. You know that Unbreakable is going crazy, man. So shout out to all my loved ones, man, that got this thing going, and I'm gonna let you take us up out of here, B.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Real Spirit Sports.
Good night. God bless.
Peace.
Good night. Oh my gosh, that was cool.
Good. You start feeling it. You start feeling it, B. B start feeling it. Hey, B start feeling it. You got
That nigga
one
said,
more.